art and craft help to keep our mind active during this pandemic, right? So, Khurshid, would you like to add some point in this?
Okay. I would start off with the time when there was a lockdown, right? And
Yes, yes, during the
with
pandemic.
the yeah, so basically, I was much before lockdown, for what reason and what purpose, I don't know. But I was going on hoarding stuff. Like I was buying this and I was buying that. And my husband was getting irritated because I was not having time to make and I was just hoarding, 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 hoarding. And came lockdown and I started making things. And of course, my husband started seeing results. And for me, every day was like one creation that I could create during the lockdown time. I honestly didn't miss the outside world even one bit. Honestly, I didn't even step out of my door. Main door, I didn't step out of my main door, except once in a week I used to go to fertilize my plants outside. That's the only time I would step out of my door. Otherwise, I would be so busy whole day with my work and my crafting and so happy. My husband would be busy talking and making calls because he was getting bored. So then he would tell people, "Oh, she has no time. She's so happy in her own crafting world. She's completely lost." And I would have other crafter friends, and when I would post things, and they would say, "Oh, how you're managing? We don't have things." I said, I don't know. For some reason, I was hoarding for a long time, and I think everything came so useful because I didn't even bother. I didn't even have to buy anything. Everything I had with me.
Great, great. It means it really helped you a lot, right? During this
Yeah,
pandemic, the crafting.
I was in a different world only. I think because of crafting, I thought I'm in a different world, completely different world. I was not in this
Agree,
world.
agree. Megha, would you like to say something? How was your journey after pandemic?
Yeah, in the beginning it was horrible. Like I was busy with the household stuff, like the helps were not there. So half, like I would say most of the time I was in the kitchen doing the cleaning all. But at the end of it, I thought I'm not here to do this. If I don't start crafting, I'll go mad. So I should do something. My niece was here. It was her birthday. I did the decor and made everything all by myself. So with all the waste that I had at home, can't
Great.
step out to buy anything. So whatever I had, I just used my daughter's, like the cover, right? The notebook cover, brown paper, to make something out of it. And then my daughter's birthday came over, but still, yeah, crafting is something which was very relaxing. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult
Exactly.
to just be at home and just keeping ourselves busy. So it's very relaxing.
Exactly. Nargis, would you like to share something? Because you are working also, and you are you are your office timing and how you done with that.
Yeah, I think pandemic. If you look at it is positive. Actually we had a big crafter group and we were planning to before pandemic. Because somewhere around March we were planning to have these regular meetups. We will craft together, and this was a idea and we were about to start that, and pandemic actually came in and everything got locked down. And now we could not really think of doing that, meeting 12 and 15 people together and making something. So now it's a dream. And I do start missing my workshops because I was taking workshops on every weekend, and it was fun meeting people, making things together. But yeah, but again, the positive point was pandemic actually pushed me to do online tutorials, which
Exactly.
I was actually not doing from past 2 years. I was getting requests to do that, but I was not able to find time. But then pandemic gave me, again, ample of time, which I used to do my online tutorials, and I'm enjoying it, doing it, and I've learned something new how to do that actually.
Great,
So
great.
yeah, and yeah, that's Khurshid said, it gave us more time. It gave me a more work. I think work-life balance. So
Exactly.
after, so I get more time. So I don't, I work from home, so it's easy. So yeah, after my just work, after 6 p.m. start crafting. Then I spend 2-3 hours doing my craft.
Great. Insa, how was your journey after pandemic? The crafting, the busy life, no maids.
Oh my God, like the others said, there was shortage of time. 24 hours was not enough in a day to do all the stuff with no help. My baby was like 6 months old then when the lockdown had started. So there was no time actually without help. There was so much of household work. Son was not going to school, so everybody was home. So it was like mad in the beginning for 1 or 2 months. But then crafting was the only thing that kept me sane. Otherwise, I would have gone completely crazy. So crafting is like, it was a stress buster. I would make it a point every day to do something creative. So I know I am doing something productive every day. It's not only the household work, but I have something else to do in my life. So that was the productive part of it. And like crafting was the only thing which kept us sane for so long. Otherwise, we would have gone insane a lot back.
Swarna, how was your journey? Exactly. Great, Insa. Now, Sarna, how was your journey?
Yeah, actually, everyone said at first we had no idea. So we thought like it was for 21 days and it would get end soon. It was the kids' exam time, right? So we were busy with that. And when we came to know like it's for indefinite, we took time to organize things actually. Actually when the school was there, we had a organized time for crafting and then all sorts of things,
Exactly.
household things and everything. So that got unorganized. First, I had to set time for everything, and because the second one is small, she's in first and early, so I had to take care. She was all along with me while crafting. She will also get into my crafting things, and it will get everything here and there. So I had to take time and everything. I had to sort it out. And also, I was planning for the summer vacation workshops and everything got held up. Like in April, May, all the plans were disturbed. So that took me like, why not take this online workshop? So I took a few workshops there online and got a few response actually, because we couldn't get the materials and everything. That problem was there, and now the school has again started, so I had to stop that. But again, so I thought of learning new craft areas where I haven't reached. So I'm just going forward with that.
Great. So it was really interesting to know your e-journey through this pandemic. So actually what happened during this global health crisis, the biggest challenge was that people were at home. They were not unhappy, but they were a feeling of isolation. They were not meeting friends, families, and especially the kids. They were at home. They were not going to school, no parks, and that mall time during the weekends, they are getting crazy. So it became very necessary to do something or the other during this pandemic period, and the crafting was the survival, what I say. So it was like doing something ordinary, also giving them something extraordinary happiness. Well, I know you people don't do ordinary things, you do a very extraordinary crafting, but yes, in this way we can say that it was a very good way to go through this period of pandemic. So, Megha, would you like to tell us something that why one should consider becoming a crafter? Talking about the non-crafter, because you people are crafters. So, what one tip or two tips would you like to give that one should prefer becoming a crafter? Megha, to you. Megha, can you hear me?
Hello. No, there is some connection problem. Actually, I wasn't there.
Okay. Okay, Khurshid, would you like to take up this question? That why one should consider becoming a crafter, talking about the non-crafters over here.
Well, I honestly don't know if the non-crafters would actually want to become crafters. Because crafting is something that also requires a little bit of artistic skills and an artistic mind into crafting. So I don't think everybody can take to crafting, because like some people will be good at cooking, some people will be good at something.
Exactly.
So honestly, I don't know whether the non-crafters would want to become crafters, but well, what crafting does to us is that it definitely gives a deep level of satisfaction when you see your own creation being appreciated by people. And it really gives us it actually keeps us very happy. We are all the time very happy when we see our creations and people keep appreciating our creations and all that. I think it's a deep level satisfaction that we get doing crafting, and that can be achieved even by non-crafters in different means. So I really don't know if I'm sorry to turn your question around, but I don't know if this question will be applicable to non-crafters,
Exactly.
because they may not
What I
want to do
believe-
crafting.
Exactly. What I believe that everyone have some way or the other some hidden hobby. So not
Okay.
taking as a crafting as a hidden hobby, that everybody, like even a kid wants to cut paper with paper scissors. They love to do something or the other. So it's a hobby. Then how this hobby can be a way of killing the time rather than binging on Netflix and putting your the time over
Yeah,
there.
so correct.
Exactly.
So crafting for me initially, it of course started as passion and basically an idea to give people handmade things, because everybody had saturated with buying of clothes and shoes and things like that, and giving gifts. Everybody had plenty of all of that. So a handcrafted gift was always a nice idea. So for me, it started with that. And then it turned out to be that people started appreciating and saying, can you make this for us? And we'd like to buy it. So then say, oh, great, the opportunity is vast in this, So then I started selling it on a smaller scale. And today, like when I post some of my craft works, people say, can you please teach this to us? And I'm like, I still keep telling Nargis, do you think I can teach? I think that is also an age factor thing, because I'm old and I think that, oh God, can I actually start teaching at this age? I keep asking Nargis that. I said, Nargis, do you think I will be able to do that? So she said, no, you do it. I will support you, no problem and all that. But I think teaching. So now I'm seriously thinking about that.
Great.
Like online, because I'm not even computer savvy and all that, so I really don't know how well I'll do it. My kids are not around to help me, but I think I will. No, nothing is rocket science. You can learn everything.
Exactly.
So I think we should be able to do it.
Exactly. So Itza, what you want to add in this, that taking up your kids, like how this though they are kids are not crafters, but yes, they have some hidden hobby, so how you can relate to this, how it will be helpful to them, because you never know when this crisis will end. We have to be at home.
As Khushi said, we don't know if non-crafters want to become crafters, but I feel that only a crafter can inspire a non-crafter. Somebody who doesn't have anybody crafting in their house, I don't think they can take up crafting one fine day. They need some inspiration from someone. Like when I'm doing something, my son who's 6 years old, he wants to do something, he wants to paint beside me. So he feels good that I'm doing something. Whereas on the other hand, where his father is for the last 6 months, he's working from home, he's sitting on the calls, he's doing meetings, and he's like fed up. At the end of the day, he's like fed up of his work. But on the other hand, I am like happy because I have done something creative. I have been able to do something. So that way my son knows that, yeah, mommy is doing something fun. Whereas on the other hand, papa is doing something very boring. And in fact, a lot of times I told my husband that, why don't you paint this for me? It will be a stress buster for you.
Exactly.
So he was like, yeah, why not? On the weekend you give me something, I'll do something for you. I'll help you out. So that way a crafter can inspire a non-crafter, and crafting is always a very good idea.
Exactly.
As I said, it is a stress buster. It makes you feel happy. It is like a matter of self-satisfaction for you.
Exactly. So, Megha, would you like to add something that when we share our crafting things on online, these communities. So how it influences the others? Would you like to say something? Because like everybody on phone, like seeing, like I feel very happy when I see my mother's posting amazing stuff. I like say, oh my God, they can do anything. Not talking about crafting, it's like hobby, cooking, baking. There are so many things. So sharing on social media, I guess it gives a feeling of motivation and inspires others also. What do you would to say something?
Yeah, absolutely. See, I would like to share my journey. I never thought I will be doing something like this. I had no knowledge what felt is. So it was introduced to me from my friend only. So, and like I said, when I started making activities for my daughter and she started loving it, and like what Khushi and others told, that when others appreciate and start appreciating you, that's when you really think, okay, yes, I can do something about it. And social media really helps a lot. When hello, can you
Yes,
hear me, everyone?
yes, I can hear you.
Now you can hear you.
There's some connection problem. Meher, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Continue, Megha.
So yeah, when we post it on social media, absolutely, when people appreciate, and of course at the same time, see, we being crafters, we know how much effort we all put into it, into it. So we at the same time we also love when I see I've seen Nargis work and it's amazing. So I think, okay, I should also start. I should also learn from her.
Thank you,
So
Megha.
one crafter really appreciate other crafting. We actually understand, but I would at the same time say that there are many people who don't understand what hard work we put into the handwork stuff.
Exactly.
So yeah, so when it is appreciated, it is always good.
Exactly. Actually, what happened during this pandemic, there was a crisis of crafting supplies. So, Nargis, I want you to share your story. What we have discussed, you were telling me, and felt very good about that. That how you took care of your customers when FedEx. If you remember that in the early stage when FedEx said that no supply, and so you were like that. You took the charge and you said that no, I have to send those crafting materials to all my budding crafters, and I guess your maid helped you in that. I want you to share this journey during the early stages of the pandemic.
Right. So it just happened. It was so abrupt. Means even just the crafts. There were so many orders pending. I had to send a few craft supplies, and also my stuff were coming from various locations. So it was tough, and there was demand. So what I did was actually the FedEx is my shipping partner. So it's very easy for me. They pick up from my house door. But then I had thought of India Post. It was the only service functional, and they were delivering at least to the cities which were not under lockdown.
Red zone, yes.
They were operational, yes. So I started with them. So once after these household services started, like my cook and my maids started coming, I asked my cook if she could lend me this help posting my orders through India Post, and she agreed to it. And although I have to pay her additionally, that's fine, but at least things started moving on, and since then it is no stopping. And what I see now is so many people have much more time, and they are they want more and more of craft supplies and keep creating more and more stuff. And I also see a demand in handcrafted products, because now all malls and everything is so limited. So people are now ordering and want to gift these stuff. So that's how it is.
I would like to add on that. In fact, during this lockdown time, since Nargis lives very close by, I ran out of some gesso or some basic things, and even the cars were not allowed to move around. But my husband had a pass, so he went to Nargis's place and picked up some stuff.
Should I tell you what? Not only you, there were so many people. Even it was complete lockdown, they were ready to pick people came on, they came in bikes, came in cars, they parked, and they were like standing out and then actually handed over the stuff in a package. I remember doing that. So you could imagine, because they said, oh, we have so much of time, we can learn something. We can do more.
Exactly. So this is a very good thing. Actually, this is a misconception that crafting materials is something very difficult to get, and during the pandemic we cannot do anything. So it's really good to have the people like you who came forward during this pandemic and help these crafters out. And so I would like to ask each one of you, what was the one favorite thing you made during this pandemic? One favorite thing out of your crafting skill. So Insia, what one favorite thing you made during this pandemic in last 6 months?
A lot of key holders. A lot of key holders. Key holders.
Yeah,
a lot of key holders.
Okay. In Swarna, what interesting thing you made?
One exploring box, one huge exploring box, Eiffel Tower.
Okay. Okay, great. Nargis, you?
I think online tutorials.
That was
That's the only
interesting.
thing. Yeah. And that resulted in a number of creations.
Exactly. Megha, you?
Some of it is something which you would be seeing behind. Some
Okay,
dragons
great.
for my daughter, some variety of dragons for my daughter, and of course I made a decor part which I really wanted to make and explore, and it was a gift to
Okay.
someone.
Okay,
That
great,
was-
great. And Khurshid, you, what you made in this pandemic? One favorite pick?
I don't know what is all your favorite because I made various different kinds of things. So I really don't recollect anything that was favorite. And in fact, while you were talking, I went up to my gallery to see what was the favorite thing which I made. And
She participated in a lot of contests and she won also.
yeah. Thank you, Nagesh, for helping me out with that.
Okay, great. Very. Nargis, would you like to add to those people who are into crafting and they are afraid of having their online courses, like online courses? So how you cope up with that, coming out of that thing that yes, we can have an online courses because we are not having these live workshops. So how you explored this?
Say it
Yes.
again, I didn't get the question.
Okay, I'm asking that during this pandemic, as we were not having a live workshops and all, we are not learning anything. So making an online courses was a challenge, right? So Nargis, would you like to add something that how this idea of making an online tutorials and how you made those online tutorial crafting? Because we are not so equipped because it's a very technical. You have to put the camera like this and make and all.
Yeah. It's a challenge.
Because
it
you
is
were
really
in
a
live
challenge.
workshops, right?
It was not a live workshop, but I did do a lot of pre-recorded videos. And it is a challenge because it needs a skill. And that is why I've been shying away from it from long time, because whenever I was taking live workshops in Bangalore and I was posting pictures on social media, I was getting messages from people in different cities of India that they want to learn and they won't be able to travel, and they any online thing would help them. So then I seriously thought of doing it, and because I am working and I have a 10-month-old, so I could not do live workshops frequently. So I wanted something which is easier. So for me, recording a video once and then sharing it is much easier for me. So I started doing that. I first came out like what really people are interested in learning something different, as now basic decoupage and other skills most of the crafters know. So not only encouraging the new beginners, but also the people who are into crafting and they want to learn some new skill or advanced techniques. So for them, targeting them, I came out with a list of, I have a huge list although. So I started, with a list first, and then I used my phone. Setup is tough. So I used my phone to record the video. I put it on the airplane mode. So I went 2 to 3 hours off the world. So many people calling me and messaging me, and my phone is not available. And then recording it. Then the second challenge was how to edit it. So I found this iMovie Maker in iPhone. I downloaded it and then I edited my videos. So I actually shortened it from maybe to just cutting out the drawing time and all that. From that, and then how to share the videos is another challenge. Then I came up with, I think I discussed with you also, Bobby, what will be the best way to share it so that no one can reshare it and all that. And so access problem is there. So we thought of YouTube and other Vimeo and all that, and we zeroed on going with Drive. I think all that was a journey, and now it is much smoother. And I am, getting better with every new video. So yeah, it's nice. It's fun to learn something.
Exactly. So it is a very great talking to you all and listening to all these journeys, and it's really motivating. And hope we will be coming in coming future webinars like this, and we will be discussing these journey, and we will be welcoming other mothers also. So thank you all for being a part of this webinar, and wishing you all a very happy weekend. Be safe, stay at home, and last but not the least, happy crafting. So we will be meeting in our next webinar with another interesting topic, and hope to see you soon in coming weeks. So Khurshid, Insia, Nargis, Swarna, Megha, it was really lovely having you all, and you all gave me time in such a short period of time. Thank you. So would you like to have something, a goodbye message for all my audience over here?
Well, we would be thankful that you invited us over this webinar and thought that we are worthwhile coming over here.
Oh, great.
So it's both the ways. So we are grateful for having called us, and we are always thankful to our darling Nargis for thinking about us.
Great. Megha, would you like to say something?
Thank you so much. Actually, you are also giving us a platform to all the crafters and writing about us. It's a big thing, really. And you also motivate us. It's good to meet like-minded people and know there's so much of crafting and so many things that people do. And it's amazing. So thank you, Meher, and thanks everyone. Let's be in touch.
Exactly. Okay, Swarna, would you like to say something? It was great having you.
Thanks for inviting. Yeah, thanks for inviting me. So it was nice meeting you all. I know some of you through Facebook only. So seeing you in person, it's a great meeting actually. So thanks for the invite. So all of you stay safe and stay healthy.
Okay, great. Insia, would you like to say something?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. Hope we have some more sessions soon. And it was really good meeting all the fellow crafters and knowing how they survived through this pandemic because of crafting. So it was a very good session. So hope to have some more sessions soon. Thank you so much for having us.
Nargis?
Yeah, thank you, Bobby, for giving us such a nice platform to to connect with the fellow crafters, and it's so good to see everyone, and of course these people are like-minded people, and we have not been meeting people, and I think online meet was nice, and
Social distancing.
social distancing, yeah. So it's so good to see everyone, see people around.
Exactly. So it was a lot of energy from you all. Exactly.
Thanks to you. Yeah.
Thank you. So bye-bye.